Hey, I'm Cortavius. We have 42 Sacred Shards to pull. That's 12 on the main and I guess 30 on the free-to-play. That's a lot of shards to open, so let's get into it. Trying to get the Packmaster and the Soul, depending on which account I'm on. This is the main. We will take Fina on the main because we do not have her, and I really don't care on the epics because none of them matter on this account. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves a Fina. I just want to get gold. I mean, 12 sacreds, I could very well go without getting gold at all, but you never know. Morag Bronzelock, excellent epic. Particularly in Cursed City, she can hit like a truck. She brings in allies as well. Good champ. Definitely worth the build. I'm going to build 2 of her for the main eventually. Oh, we got gold already. Look at that. What do we got? King Galkobar. He is a good champ. I don't honestly remember if I have him or not. I'm going to have to check, but he's definitely a good champ. So bring in the shield buff for 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP on the A1. So he's going to protect on the A1. He's got an AoE on the A2 with a chance to remove all buffs. So he's going to do a strip on the A2, and you can book that to 100% chance. Places a poison debuff to 2 turns on each enemy for every buff removed. So if you're doing AoE, you can get some poisons out there. And also there's a chance of placing block buffs debuff on the enemies. So wow, you're going to strip, put the poisons, and put block buffs up there. So that's really good in Hydra. That's good on any bosses where you're trying to do poisons. It's good on AoE waves. I mean, it's good in Cursed City. That's a good skill in a lot of places. On a 3-turn cooldown. Nice. Removes all debuffs from all allies, so you get a cleanse for the team. So he does a full strip on the A2 and then a full cleanse on the A3. And puts continued heals buff on each champ for 1 turn for each ally for every debuff removed. Wow. So that could be 2 to 3 continuous heals on everybody. And you get a shield, and the shield's equal to 25% of his HP. And you can load him up with some HP. That's a nice kit. Haven't even got to the passive. Whenever an enemy under a poison debuff attacks, and remember, in theory, he just put poisons on him, under a shield buff, which he puts shields on the team, instantly activates the poison on that enemy. Also instantly activates the continuous heal. So boom, they take some damage and you take some healing. Man, that is a nice kit. I like that kit. That is a good champ. And everybody thinks he sucks. So that's hilarious. I wonder if he got buffed because those ratings are horrible. But that's actually a good kit, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong, but I am curious. We got a red dot. Now, he's not a lizardman. He was a Sylvan Watcher, right? So he is not. He is apparently a dupe for me, but I must have got somebody new. So if I go to my Faction Guardians and I go to Sylvan Watchers and he's my 3rd King Calcobar. Well, how about that? I guess I already got 2 of them. And I've extended both of them for some reason. All right, well, that's our 3rd King Calcobar. I guess I've never built him, so I didn't even know I had him for sure. So why am I doing this, by the way? Orcs Path is on. I now have 20,000 points. I am, in this account, going to come down here and get the Soul. I already have the Packmaster. Don't want to get a second one. Although there is some interesting thoughts of what you do with a second doggy or a second Packmaster, but I will just take the Soul. I will come down the right side. All right, well, that was just 2 or 3 of them. I think you don't remember. Hold on. By the way, if you want to add a legendary to a brand new account now, like I just added, click the link in the description below and you can add Narma, the legendary poison, to your account. All you got to do is follow 4 steps. Step 1, log out of Player and Play on the PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid, complete the tutorial. And step 4, go to your inbox, claim your first champ, Narma. You also get the best epic in the game, Uugo, along with Anax and Mausoleum Mage, 2 solid epics as you progress. Enter the code Demon Slayer, add yourself a Tholan. Man, that's a great starting raid. All right, I have 10 more of these. I have 10 more Sacreds to pull on this account, and then we will switch over to the free-to-play. All right, that's 1. See if I can keep count, which I'm never able to. Necro Hunter, don't even talk about him. 2, another epic. Sinesha, interesting epic. She's actually pretty good. She can hit hard. She can put skills on cooldown on her A2, and she equalizes the HP to the allies with the highest HP and gets everybody that same. So if you got one ally with full HP, everybody's full HP. Great heal on her. 4? Thought that was going to be gold. The pauses always get me. Venchi, decent epic. I won't spend the time on him though. 5? 5. Mistress of Hymns, she actually helped me beat the faction on normal faction wars in the day, so I won't discount her. She can actually hit hard, which is surprising, but really she's... Main thing is she is a 2 random ally reviver for the faction, so if you don't have a reviver, she can do the job. Otherwise, you probably aren't building her. 6, we get... I love the kit on her. I love the glowing on her. I just love that design. But that's probably all I really love about her. 7, the black bear, the better of the 2 bears, but that's about all I can say about him. 8, yeah, we are not getting exciting epics here either. She is a Mikage epic. Probably the best I can say for her. Not getting epics worth talking about here. 9, Mistress of Hymns. There must be a 10 times on her. No, she's not. We haven't even seen Mausoleum Mage. We've seen 2 Mistress of Hymns who's not on the progressive. Oh, we got a second gold. What do we get? Rorik Wormbane. Well, if you haven't seen my Void video from the last one, you gotta go watch that video. Man, that was the best quality and quantity I've ever had. What a video. Man, I love that. This one, we're getting quantity for sure. I don't know about quality. Rorik, I mean, he's decent. You can't use these reviews, but all red. Yeah, not fantastic, is it? So, I mean, he hits 2 times, got a chance of placing a stun, attacks 1 time, 80% chance, books to 100 to decrease the target's turn meter, and there's a lot of bosses you can't decrease turn meter on. If you fully deplete the target's turn meter, and I just said you can't do that on a lot of bosses, then you got a chance for another stun. So he can be a stun champ for things like Magma Dragon, certainly, but Magma Dragon? Eh. And then in Hydra, he can do the stuns too, and he can bring some protection for you, but you're probably not going to fully deplete the turn meter of any Hydra, but of the Head of Decay. So attacks 1 enemy, ignores defense. We'll use this skill instead of counterattacking when counterattacking. So he actually can do some damage. I mean, and that skill's kind of neat, where instead of using the A1 on a counterattack, he's going to use a better skill. Immune to stun debuffs, so can't be stunned. Increases ally speed, so it's a nice aura. So I consider him okay, but for value over replacement is his problem. Are you going to put somebody else on the team instead of him is the problem. All right, I think I'm 1 short. I know I needed 66,000, so I think we were 1 short. Let's go pull 1 more. 2 gold out of 12 sacreds, though. That's crazy, really. I mean, there are no 2 times on. No 2 times at all. So, I mean, that's some really good, I mean, as I said, quality over quantity, or quantity over quality. All right, so that should have been enough. That's 65,068. I think we will be a little short, but let's go see how short, and then we can do math. I need to go down the right-hand side and get ourselves... I think I needed 66,000 points, so we should be a little short. So we're 1,200 points short, so let's go see what gets us 1,200 points. All right, we need to pull 4 ancients here. So we pulled 2 legendaries, didn't see Fina. You know, the progressive chance on... Oh, we got an epic? Look at that. We got Vala, an epic from Ancient Shard even. Once again, no 2 times on. We get a rare. Yeah, the progressive on non-voids is just garbage. I mean, your odds of getting the champ are just astronomically low. All right, that should be it. Maybe I needed 1 more. Soul Bomb Boyer. She's a pretty good rare, actually. So we are 1 short. I don't think there's a lag. I think I did need 5, and I only pulled 4. That should be it. That should give me the soul for the Packmaster. Mission accomplished on the main. Let me go get the free-to-play, and we're going to pull like 30 sacred shards on the free-to-play. That's going to be fun. All right, we are back on the free-to-play. This one, I was not playing this account when Packmaster came out, so I have 60 sacred shards. So I'm going to pull till I get down to 30, because I'm picking up both the Packmaster and the 5-star soul. I figure, you know, Clan Boss could go dry tomorrow, and I won't. And and these sacreds could be more critical than they are. But thankfully, I'll knock on wood here, Clan Boss has been great. I think I've gotten 5 sacreds this week alone. I got 2 today. I mean, so I'm going to go for it. I figured that's why I hoard my shards. So I can go for the content I want to go for. And on the free to play here, I can pull up the Packmaster and the doggy soul, and I might as well be pulling while I'm talking. Why not? I already have Fine on the free to play. I think Freya would be great. I just want to get a fun new champ though. So I'm going to put that guy in, and honestly, it's non-void, so my odds of getting any of these champs are low, so it really doesn't matter. I'll put a Mausoleum Mage. I don't think I have him on this account, so might as well try and pick him up. When I pull the Froggy Toady dude, then I'll go and switch to Freya, and then I'll switch to Brogdy, and we'll just see if we can get them all. Actually, I am 1 shard into Mercy, or not, sorry. I got my Lego 1 shard ago, so I could conceivably pull 30 Sacred Shards and not get gold with no 2 times on. The Mercy rates are that crap on Sacred Shards, so Thylacia is okay. Vraska's a really decent healer. All he needs is his A1. He just gets turn meter on his A1, and his passive heals allies whenever he inflicts a critical hit. So turn off his other abilities and he just hits the A1, and he's actually a good healer. And he's good in bosses where they lock down your skills. So in the Doom Tower, he can come in handy. Baltus, I really wanted to be good. I love the double shields. I love the look of this dude. I think he's fun, but I don't know that anybody really uses him. Look at those reviews. Actually pretty good. 3. Creodin. There is an excellent epic champion there. Creodin is very good. So he is made for hard Fire Knight, but he's also good in waves. He's good in Cursed City. He's multiple places in Cursed City. He's got a triple hit of freeze on the A1. He's got an AoE freeze on the A2, which is good for control, but it's also good in Fire Knight hard. And he puts increased speed, fills the turn meter, so you got speed and manipulation there. And he fills this champ's turn meter for each freeze debuff placed, and he does them on the A1 and the A2. So he gets a lot of turns. Very good epic. I've never actually built him on either account, but I have him on... Oh, we got gold. What do we get? Samson. It is quantity over quality today. I mean, Samson's... He's a fun champ, and he's annoying when you play against him in PvE, because he's got a passive that decreases the damage the champion receives from crit hits, and he counterattacks the attacker when hit with a crit hit. So if you attack him, and he's got a 50% chance if it's a strong, normal, and weak hit. So a 50% chance if it's not a crit, definitely will if he crits. And then on his A1, he's got a chance to stun. So 45% chance when it's booked. So I feel like in PvE when I'm fighting against him, he always stuns my champs. So it's just annoying. Or, I mean, I've seen him in PvP too, and it can be annoying. So he's got the stun. He's got removes all increased defense from enemies before attacking. So he can give himself some more damage. Gets an extra hit if he can kill. Increase accuracy on all allies, plus increase crit damage on himself for 3 turns, and then gets an extra turn. So if you do want to land your abilities to be able to strip those, you need to have accuracy to strip the increased defense and to stun. You can give himself some accuracy so you can build him with more damage. So, it's a fun champ. He can hit pretty hard, but not compared to the nukers out there that are PvP meta. He's just doesn't hit hard enough for that. So I'd love to see his damage buffed. I mean, honestly, if that's all they did was they gave him a damage buff, he could be better. I mean, yeah, there's champs that ignore unkillable, block damage. I mean, take Thor's kit, who they gave to everybody. He does more, right? But so anyway, this is the free-to-play, though, now that I think about that. So Samson on the free-to-play. Problem is, am I going to want to book Samson on the free-to-play? No. And some of those skills would definitely be a helpful book, but he could help in the faction. So, hey, Rector Drath's new. I was pulling for her before when there was a 10 times on and never got her. So Rector Drath is actually, I'm more excited for the epic than I was for Samson, the legendary on the free-to-play. She's a really good epic. She's great in the faction, and she's good in a lot of fights because she's got a decreased attack on the A1. And in some bosses, like Scarab Kings or in Magma Dragon even, some of those bosses where you just want to be able to decrease the boss's ability to hurt you, she does that with the A1. And then heals with a perfect veil on all the allies with a continuous heal, so she can protect the team and heal them, and she's got the single target revive. Unfortunately on a 4-turn cooldown, but she does put a perfect veil on them to try and help them stay alive too. And then whenever they get a turn, she can when someone's under a veil, which she places, she gives them heals. So she is a good healer too. And they also thankfully did a buff to her. And the buff, funny enough, was just to fix her animations, because she used to do this big dance thing whenever she took a turn. And every one of your guys took a turn. She would do the dance. Oh, it was a killer. She just slowed runs down. Thankfully, they sped that up. So, and a resistance or in Doom Tower if you need it. So she's a great epic. She will be built on this count for sure. So my build list is definitely growing. Allure. I do have Allure. I've never built her on this account. The problem is Allure was the best ever for normal Fire Knight. But then they put Hard Fire Knight out, and she just became useless there. She's still good in Dark Fae, though. And I just love Allure's look. I love that skin. I think she's a great looking champ. I think that is just a great design on her. But basically, all you need from her really is that A1. She's got a triple hitter in the A1 and decreases turn meter. And that's a great skill. I mean, that is a huge turn meter reduction, even when they reduce it by 50% in Dark Fae. She's just effective. And she can put everybody to sleep with the A2. Like, so when you come out in Dark Fae, she can use this skill first, make sure everybody's sleeping before you just turn on and make her use the A1. So, very good champ, but just not as useful everywhere as she used to be. Duoden, I love him. He's still useful. I think he's good in the faction. He's not endgame viable, but you can still use him in Curse City, I guess. But he can remove buffs. He's got a shield. He's got taunts, strength, counterattacks. He's hard to kill. Just a solid epic to help be useful to your team, keeping them alive. Necro Hunter. No point in talking. Keep going. Husk. He is a very good epic. I've used, I think, 3 Husks. I have 6 starred on my main account. So he's got a Provoke on the A1, which you can use as your Hydra Provoker. It's good in any wave content. Even on his A1, he can stop somebody from taking a turn. He's got an AoE stun on his A2, which is a max HP hit. So it's like a Royal Guard type slam. And he's Force Affinity, so you can use him when Royal Guard's magic and his weak affinity. And his A3 is useless. Turn it off. So, and he's got an Arena Aura, which who's using Husk in Arena? Stupid Aura. But he is a really good epic. I've used 3 of them on my main account. He's kind of lost his spot to all the Newts and Mariuses out there. There's that Mausoleum Mage we needed. I should probably switch him out, but I don't really care about the epics anyway. Mausoleum Mage does a buff removes all debuffs from allies, does a cleanse, puts up block debuffs, puts a whole bunch of buffs on the team, so he's really good with Seer, too, to make her work. So he's good in the Undead Hordes faction. He's a pretty useful epic. He can be used in Amius as well. Anchorite, he had his place when that Wixwell Hydra team was working. Then they nerfed that. But he still does do the increase the duration of all buffs. So he's one of the champs you can use in those Wixwell type teams. And then he also brings in increased crit rate, increased crit damage. So you can use that once and then have him extend it and have Wixwell keep pulling it. So he's actually pretty good. He's a useful epic in the right situations, I should say. Frantic, yeah, we'll just keep going. We are now in the Silken. She does the revive, right? So yeah, she's a reviver and does healing, but she's in the same faction as Elva. So if you have Elva, Wyrnan disappears from your teams. If you don't have Elva, she can be useful in the faction, but I probably wouldn't use her anywhere else. So whatever she is. I've seen that she's used in Curse City and she can hit, I believe, but I've never built her. So she's, on I keep her a lot. I keep a copy of her, but I've just never gotten around to it. Torture Helm, his claim to fame is that he can pop up when revived. So there's stuff you can do with that, but yeah, who does? No good. Shatterbones, he's still a decent epic, and he can be helpful in Ogren tribes to beat the faction because he brings increased attack on all allies. He's got an AoE with a chance to decrease the turn meter, so you can manipulate turn meter. And then he does decreased speed on all enemies and fills the turn meter of all allies. So just a whole lot of speed turn meter manipulation. And he hits hard. He is a surprising hitter for an epic. Mausoleum Mage, my friend, how are you? Let's just swap him out for the fun of it. I don't think it really matters, but I've seen enough of those. Oh, we got gold! 2 of them. That is quantity over quality. So Abess, I think she needs a buff. The world seems to agree with me. She hits hard. That's about all I can really say for her. Removes random debuffs from this champ, places on the target. AoE has a 100% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So she's a legendary Force Affinity War Maiden with that skill. But she's in Sacred Order, which is a faction I've already beaten, so I don't even need that. AoE places a sleep on herself. Deals an extra 30% crit damage if the target's attack is highest. Ignore defense if the target's highest. AoE. So she's got 2 AoEs then? Yeah, 2 AoEs. I'll give her that. She hits hard, but I don't know that anybody uses her anymore. So she needs a buff. But that's 2 gold. So we are beating the odds here on quantity, at least. Both the Rancid, he's an interesting epic. He's newer. He's got a heal reduction. He's got an AoE with a chance to decrease and then increases the duration of all ally buffs. So I almost used him on my Wixwell clan boss team, and then I got a better option, but he can be used for that. And then removes 2 random debuffs from all allies. So he's got a little bit of a cleanse with a heal, and then places increased accuracy. So that's a buff that Wixwell can extend. So he's an interesting epic. You can use him. I mean, he's not somebody I'm looking at endgame viable, but Sepulchre Sentinel, I think she's the one we just switched out on the progressive, right? So her big thing is her passive. She's got a 25% chance, which is a 35, 40, 50% chance to block incoming damage. So she can be used in certain strats where you're just trying to keep somebody on the team alive, particularly a boss that one hits hard, like say Amius on that A1, or a clan boss stun hit. She can block somebody from dying. So, and then she brings increased defense and a block debuffs. So she can be used in those unkillable clan boss strats. But pretty a niche player, niche champ. Venom Mage, legendary in disguise. Venom Mage is very good. So AoE heal reduction and poisons. She's got a single target, decreased defense, decreased attack, and then brings in activating the two poisons off the A1. So I use Venom Mage on my Nether Spider to put up the heal reduction. I've used that in Amius as well. She's actually good in waves too, because those poisons add up, and then she activates them. That's a very good champ. And I don't think I had Venom Mage, so I think that's new, so that's good for me. I keep forgetting I'm on the free-to-play, and these epics matter. Oathbound, I skipped them. Steel Skull used to be pretty good. He's pretty power corrupt these days, but he's got an increased defense. He can do some healing. He's got to remove all debuffs, so he's got a cleanse on there. It's a decent champ. Oh, we got a 3rd gold. How about that? Tomb Lord. That is new on this account, right? I'm pretty sure that's new. I don't have Tomb Lord. That is a great pull. Tomb Lord got buffed, so his reviews will be off. I mean, those aren't bad actually, but his reviews. But he was a buffed champ. So he's got accuracy and Doom Towers by 70. Not a bad place to use him. But his A3 decreases the turn meter of all allies with less than 50% HP by 100%. So you got a full turn meter reduction, conditional. 80% chance to place a decreased attack, which buffs to 100. And he also has an 80% chance of placing decreased defense. So you got AoE decreased defense and decreased attack. And he gets an extra turn if he decreases turn meter. I don't count on that, but it's a nice to have. And then on his A2, he's got a 70% chance of placing 2 poisons on all enemies for 2 turns when ascended. So it's a 100% chance when booked. So when booked, he's put an AoE poison out there on all enemies, and it's 4 poisons. That's a pile of poisons out there. And then he places decreased speed on the A1 even. That's a really good champ. And on this account, I've got the Poison Exploder legendary too. So with all those poisons out there, plus Poison Exploder, it does offer some interesting comps for me. So Tomb Lord is a very good pull. He is a real, so that is quantity and not just, quality and not just quantity. Can't seem to say those right. Parcells, Grey Dirt. Let's just keep moving on. Man, I can't believe how much gold we pulled on this. For no 2 times. That's crazy. Ilfrig. Yeah, I think how Hades calls him the accountant. Yeah, fair. Didn't put a lot of work into that skin. But he is Mikage. That's his best claim to fame. Grizzled Jar. Well, we got one of the other progressive epics. I don't see using him. I used him on the main. We got 3 gold. That's crazy. Wallmaster Arthurian. That's actually a really good pull. So on the main, I would not be too excited for him because I have a Crizia, 2 Newts, and a Marius, and I just don't think he's in the same class. But on the free-to-play, I do not have a built max HP champ. I do have the Husk you saw me pull. I think I have a 2nd Husk. I have a Royal Guard. So I have epics, but I do not have one like him. So he does on the A1, he's got an AoE, which won't trigger counterattacks. That's nice. Fills the champion's turn meter for each living enemy after the attack. He's got an AoE 2-time hitter with block buffs, decreased attack, fills his turn meter, and he's doing it off enemy max HP. That is a really good skill. So he doesn't have the triple that Newt has. He doesn't have all this kit Marius has. He doesn't do it on every skill like a Crizia, so he's outclassed there. But for the A2, a double hitting max HP with block buffs and decreased attack, that's a great skill. And then increased attack, increased accuracy, and increased speed on himself for 3 turns. Then gets an extra turn. The only problem with that is if you're using him in Hydra, which is a good place to use him, now you got to put resistance on him because he's going to put 3 buffs on himself in the the Mischief Head's going to go right after him and steal all those buffs. So unfortunately, you're going to have to put resistance on him, which means you can't put as much max HP damage. And I believe he doesn't have the multipliers that like Newt does, so it's harder to get him up to the max HP hits. But he gets, well, and then they built that in for each Hydra head decapitated, he can actually stack up to more HP, which is pretty cool. So that's 3 gold, you know, for non 2 times. Now, once again, that's 3 gold, and we had the progressive on him. All right, I got 56 minutes left to pull one more of these. This should be 30. I think we're going to be a little short. Welcome to the team, Sepulcher. We can power you up. All right, let's see where we ended up. 56 minutes. So I got 140,000 points. I needed to get 137,000, so I pulled 1 too many. That's kind of crazy. I don't feel like that math is right. No, I need 136,000 more. I'm still going to be short. I'm okay. So we want to get the Packmaster first because we need the champ more than anything. You stop putting that in the middle of my screen. I know what I just got. All right, we added the Packmaster. Welcome to the team. That's really a shame. No CVC or points for him or champ chase points. And then we need to come down the right side. I can skip that up there and see if we can finish. We might have one. I think we have one more pull to make of something. So we are at 48,160. We got about 1,900 points. So we need to pull some more shards here. I'll be back. All right, so we need to pull a couple more. We might as well take a fun chance at getting... I have Warlord. Let's take a fun chance at a Cardial and a Man-Eater. I'll pull 2 Voids. I should just pull Ancients, but I'm too lazy. Gear Grinder. Useful Rare Reviver if you don't have one for the faction. And Drown Bloatweight is food. We'll pull the 1 Epic, or 1 Rare. 1 Ancient. And the next one just because I'm too lazy to pull anything else. All right, that's pretty much all we got, so that should do it. Hey, that was a lot of gold in that session for not having it 2 times. And we got the soul and the doggy. Good day for the free-to-play Tomb Lord as well. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you had good luck. Let me know if you got good stuff, bad stuff, how it went for you. Thanks.